Tonight in Glendale, Arizona, it was the biggest football game of the year. Super Bowl 49 lived up to the hype and then some. The New England Patriots are the world champions again for the fourth time in their team's history. For the first time in over 10 years, they defeat the Seattle Seahawks by the final score of 28-24. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Michael Flecha alongside Michael Bullock. Unfortunately, Anthony Florio is not here with us as we are recapping Super Bowl 49. Let's just dive right in. Unfortunately, there was no scoring in the first quarter of the game. Basically, the Patriots had the best opportunity to at least get some points. However, Tom Brady throws an ill-advised interception to Jeremy Lane. He picks it off towards the end of the first quarter as it stalled a 13-play, 58-yard drive that took almost 7 minutes and 41 seconds in the first. And basically, at the end of the first quarter, it was 0-0. Now, in the second quarter, basically, this is where practically the game literally turned on its head, as of course, Seattle couldn't really do nothing in their possession, and then New England generate a 9-play, 65-yard drive that took 4 minutes and 10 seconds, culminating in a Tom Brady touchdown to Brandon LaFell, giving New England a 7-0 lead. And then after some bad breaks for Seattle and New England, neither team really could get off the ground. Then Seattle finds their way into the end zone after an 8-play, 70-yard drive that took almost 4 minutes and 51 seconds, where Marshawn Lynch ran it into the end zone for the touchdown 3 yards out. And immediately, New England came right back, pushing the ball down the field, going 8 plays, 80 yards in a minute 45, where Tom Brady finds the end zone again, this time to his favorite tight end, Rob Gronkowski, for 22 yards. And then the most unbelievable ending to a half as the Seattle Seahawks gets a touchdown in basically going 5 plays, 80 yards in 29 seconds, as Russell Wilson throws the touchdown to Chris Matthews for 11 yards, and that ended the first half at a 14-14 tie. So, Michael Bullock, give me your thoughts about the first half of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, sorry about that. I accidentally hit the hang up button there. Sorry about the little bit delay, but yes, hello friends. This is the Phenom, Mike Bullock here for our big Super Bowl recap, and all I can say about it is yes, 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 yes. The New England Patriots Super Bowl 49 champions. Unbelievable, and probably one of the greatest Super Bowls I have ever seen in a while. I mean, all right, getting back to the professional business here, of course, recapping the first half, like you said, there was no score at the end of one quarter of play. And then because New England had a chance to basically a chance to score early, but Lane basically picked off Tom Brady, and that pretty much ended it at a long drive for them. And then, of course, the second quarter was really crazy. I mean, an 11-yard touchdown pass from Tom Brady to Brandon LaFell to give New England a 7-0 lead. And then And then, of course, Marshawn Lynch with a 3-yard touchdown run to tie the game at 7. And then after that, Tom Brady with a 22-yard touchdown pass to Rob Gronkowski to make it 14-7. And then we were thinking New England's going to go into the half with the lead, but all I can say is, the Seahawks came up with a great plan with some running from Marshawn Lynch and even from Russell Wilson. And then an 11-yard touchdown pass from Russell Wilson to Chris Matthews to tie the game at 14. And that's what it is at the half. And then third quarter, with the way the Seahawks played at the beginning, you were like, yep, this is not looking good for New England. Of course, with a 27-yard field goal, and then Tom Brady gets picked off again. And then a 3-yard touchdown pass to Doug Baldwin, you make it 24-14, and you're like, yep, Seattle's going to end up taking this. But the fourth quarter was when it really started to get interesting. New England goes on another drive, and then a 4-yard touchdown pass from Tom Brady to Danny Amendola to make it 24-21 Seattle. And then another nice drive and a 3-yard touchdown pass to Julian Edelman with 2:02 to go. And then the Seahawks go on a drive, and Jermaine Kearse with an unbelievable catch, and you're thinking, yes, it looks like it's going to happen again to New England. And then Malcolm Butler made probably whoa. I'm only recapping the first half, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. So I'll get into the third and fourth quarter again. So pretty much all I said about the first half. So with that being said, Flecha, let's get to what we thought was a pretty interesting second half. If you can concur with me on it. Sorry about that. I'm just so excited tonight.
You know what? You got every right to be so excited. We actually just got our third member of the crew. Anthony Florio has just joined us. Anthony,
Right.
we only were just talking about the first half only. Basically, we're not going quarter by quarter. We're going half by half. Just give me your thoughts about the first half of the Super Bowl, and then we're gonna really rev up in the second half. So first half only, Anthony, it's yours.
All right. Thank you very much indeed, Cerebral Viper, Michael Flecha. And, of course, with that said, hello, friends. It's ridiculously over, Anthony Florio. I do apologize for being a little bit late. I just got back from, quite honestly, the craziest Super Bowl shindig I have ever been a part of in my entire life. And it's a night that I will certainly not forget anytime soon. Not only because, well, Bullock, we'll have time for that in just a moment because, I want to get to the first half because that's what Fletcher wants. So don't worry. We're gonna have that moment like we have with the Boston Bruins on June 7th of 2013. But all I know is this. First half. It set the tone. Tom Brady, a touchdown pass to Brandon LaFell made it 7-0, and then Seattle tied it up. Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, 7-all, and then Brady with a bomb to Gronk. You knew we were gonna see that. 14-7, and then Seattle ties it up. Thanks to a Russell Wilson touchdown pass to Chris Matthews. No, not the hardball Chris Matthews. Another Chris Matthews. 14-all. Michael Flecha, let me just say it like this. A year ago at this time, you and me and my dad, we watched the Seattle Seahawks against the Denver Broncos, correct? And as I recall, the score of that game at the half, wasn't it 29-0 in favor of Seattle, as I recall?
It was 29-0, and Seattle was well on their way to dominating the game and almost finishing it before it was practically over before it got started. Let's just say that.
Exactly. And what a difference a year makes. We go from 29-0 Seattle at the half a year ago to a 14-14 game. Wow. That was one of the best first halves of a Super Bowl I have ever seen. the atmosphere at my dad's house tonight was just absolutely off the chain, off the page. I mean, I mean, yes, it was a very pro-patriot group. I mean, not one Seahawk amongst the bunch. That is to be expected. Um, Forgive me, I'm still trying to recover from all the mayhem, but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, but because I'm jacked, the adrenaline has definitely kicked in, and wow, I mean, Tom Brady had a there was he had some hiccups in the first half. He had the interception to Jeremy Lane. You remember Jeremy Lane ran his mouth about Gronk. Had some very derogatory remarks about Rob Gronkowski. So for that one instant, he made himself look good. But then, of course, Seattle didn't get a pass completion until like about the 5-minute mark of the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That's craziness. I mean, we're all sitting there. I mean, well, of course, I'm rooting for everybody's rooting for the Patriots, but me, I'm sitting there and I'm like, really? Russell Wilson, how incredibly gifted this young man is. He doesn't get a pass completion until damn near the end of the first half. I mean, you thought he was terrible in the first half against the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game. No, I mean, wow. But all I know is an amazing first half, which definitely set the tone for what ended up being a 5-star classic of a Super Bowl, chock full, and I do mean chock full, of Shakespearean drama at its absolute finest tonight, my friends. That's all there is to it. A great first half. I definitely, if I had to say, I mean, I probably would have given the edge a little bit to New England because of how terrible and piss poor Russell Wilson was. Brady, yeah, he had those couple of picks, yes, understandable. Well, actually, he had the one pick. Yeah, the one pick that he threw to Lane. It was a terrible throw. I mean, what was he thinking on that? Honestly, I mean, he had nobody. He threw it right to him. I mean, he had nobody. And needless to say, the atmosphere there was not all that great when when he threw the INT. But all I do know is that it definitely wound up being, like I said, one of the best first halves I've ever seen. And was it just me, or did that first half just fly? That first half, that's probably the quickest first half of a Super Bowl I have ever seen in all the years I've been watching the Super Bowl. I mean, my first Super Bowl, to be quite honest with you all, was, like, I believe, 28. My Buffalo Bills went up against the Dallas Cowboys the second time in the Georgia Dome. But in all the Super Bowls I've watched since, I mean, I can't remember a first half that flew by so quick. I mean, if you blinked, you missed it. That's basically what it was, if you will. But you want my thoughts on the first half? I'll give you my thoughts on the first half. Wow. Hell of a lot better than the first half we had last year. It was all Seattle all the time. And then New England scores first, and Seattle answers. Then New England goes ahead, and Seattle answers. Chess match. Sounds like a chess match to me. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a clear case of a chess match right there. So, but and you had a chess match between the current head coach of the New England Patriots and the former head coach of the New England Patriots, and the man he replaced. That first half showed you why Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll are, to me, pound for pound, the two best coaches in the National Football League right here and now. Damn, what a half. Unbelievable first half. So, I don't know. I don't think I can get the numbers for the first half. I mean, I'm sure you probably... did you guys touch on the numbers by any chance?
We didn't even touch the actually, I'm gonna touch the numbers right now.
You have them?
I'm gonna try to get to it. Actually, I only have is the closing numbers, but
yeah, no first half numbers.
No first half stats. Sorry.
But I'll try. Maybe I can try to do it. But all I know is that yeah, an amazing first half. Like I said, a very quick first half. I mean, it flew by like that. I mean, while I try, you know me. I love stats, and like I said, I mean, just incredible what we saw, and wow. So I don't know if we can get it, but what I do know is that, like I said, it was one of the best. So while
All
I
right.
while I try to find it, let's not waste any more time here, because we got some serious chanting to do, if you know what I mean. So with that said, Michael Flecha, let's just move on to the second half of what ended up being a Shakespearean drama full Super Bowl.
All right, and we started off with the third quarter, but Michael Bullock pretty much almost ran the entire game on us in the third quarter. Yes, Seattle did take the lead again, 17-14. They come out of the locker room with a 7-play, 72-yard drive that ended with a 27-yard field goal by Steven Hashka, and then disaster for the second time tonight. Tom Brady throws an ill-advised interception. Uh, Basically, Bobby Wagner picks it off, and to make matters worse, there was a penalty on the Patriots. Well, actually, I should say a penalty on, yeah, a penalty that brought it back to the 50-yard line, but that's okay. Seattle keeps possession of the ball, and then Russell Wilson finds Doug Baldwin for the touchdown from 3 yards out. It was 24-14. People are thinking, uh-oh, this might not be it. This might be a bad omen going into the fourth, and then the fourth quarter. Here we go. It starts off with the Patriots. They don't really do anything on their first drive in the fourth quarter. Seahawks gets the ball, 3-and-out. Then the Patriots march down the field, 9 plays, 68 yards in 4:15. Brady finding Danny Amendola for the touchdown, 24-21. Next drive for the Seahawks, another 3-and-out. Patriots gets the ball back with 6:52 remaining in the fourth. This is where basically it was Tom Brady to Julian Edelman for the touchdown at 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the game. And then the Seattle gets one last shot at this. It starts out with a 31-yard completion to Marshawn Lynch. Then an incomplete pass to Jermaine Kearse. Timeout Seattle. Incomplete pass to Chris Matthews. Then Ricardo Lockett got it for 11 yards. That gets him down. And then, well, we have basically some of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history, from the David Tyree to Santonio Holmes to, I guess you can even say, the I'm forgetting the name, I'm drawing a blank, Mario Manningham when he made the catch in 46. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have Jermaine Kearse, a 33-yard completion. You have to see it to believe it. It gets it down to the 5-yard line. Timeout Seattle. First and goal at the 5. Marshawn Lynch runs it to the 1. And then the unthinkable. Second and goal at the 1. Russell Wilson throws an interception to Malcolm Butler. And that wraps the game up. The Patriots wins the Super Bowl on that play, 28-24. And the Monday morning quarterback in me is like, Russell, you got one of the greatest running backs in NFL history in Marshawn Lynch, and you throw the football? I cannot believe what happened here. It was a shocking turn of events. There's really nothing else to say. And Malcolm Butler is now the toast of the town here in the New England area. And oddly enough, he will be remembered as the hero to clinch the Super Bowl for the New England Patriots. Everybody remember Mike Jones from the St. Louis Rams had the tackle? I think we can call this now the interception. With that said, Anthony Florio, the second half is yours, my friend.
Let me say it like this, Michael Flecha. You and me, we were calling the game and whatnot. On that final play, I'm going to tell you all right now, if we were doing it, you and me would have let out the biggest interception of all time. Am I not right?
Agreed.
All I know is I would have lost my mind on that final call. I mean, it would have been Joe Buck, Gus Johnson. It would have been Joe Buck and Gus Johnson rolled into one. That's all I can say. I mean, I would have damn near lost my voice, and I probably would have thrown in the Sean McDonough crying moment like I did for 38 when we did 38. Oh yes, oh yes. The when you and I did when we did 38. I mean, that's exactly what I did. You remember I had that choked up voice. You remember that.
I remember.
Needless to say, I it would have been that times 5, no doubt about it, on that moment right there. Because wow. But in all seriousness, let's get to my thoughts on the second half. I mean, I'll tell you what. There was one of our guests at the house there at my dad's house during this. When Seattle went ahead 24-14, he basically threw in the towel. He was thinking, it's over. It's all over. Yep, exactly what he was thinking. Maybe he didn't say it like that, but that's the vibe I got from him. His name is Ray, great guy, good friend of my. He's a very good friend of my cousin Diane. You remember Mikey, Michael Eddie's daughter, you know?
Yes, yes, indeed.
Yeah, yeah. Her friend Ray, who was there, he was basically, in a way, I mean, I love the guy, but he was almost in a way like a Debbie Downer. He was basically throwing in the towel. The rest of us did not. I mean, we all believed. One fan in particular believed that they were going to come back. She believed. And look what happened. Wow. But, it was 14-all, then Seattle goes there 24-14. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was kind of thinking the same thing myself that Ray was thinking. I was thinking that to myself as well. I was like, yeah. But it takes me back to, and then Michael Flecha, you're going to remember this because this is another one of our famous moments. 2006 NCAA tournament. UConn against George Mason. George Mason looks like they were going to win. I was like, yeah, this one's over. And then what happened? UConn tied it and forced overtime. And you were like, what did I tell you, Florio? What did I tell you? Yeah, you told me that. You told me that, Fletch. But, and then they were asking me what I thought. And I'm like, I think they can. And she was like, what? You're like, okay, I think they will. Okay, yeah, good answer. Good answer. But yeah, great. Yeah, what a moment indeed. But they believed. I was 50-50. Of course, Ray thought it was over. Me, I was on the fence because I thought my gut told me it was over, but my heart told me maybe there was a glimmer of hope. Because remember, they overcame 2 14-point deficits against the Ravens in the divisions and won. And then remember what Seattle did against Green Bay in the NFC Championship game. They were down big. And what did they do? They came back. Perhaps the greatest comeback in conference championship game history. What we saw tonight was the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. But Seattle, of course, took the lead. They get a field goal by Hauschka, made it 17-14. And then Wilson, I believe, found Matthews again, was it? For the 24-14. And then back comes New England. Tom Brady to Edelman. Well, actually, no, it was Amendola. Amendola made it 24-21. Then Seattle, New England's defense forces 3 and out, I do believe, and then a methodical, vintage New England Patriots drive by Tom Brady and company. Almost, I mean, this drive ranks right up there. I mean, this drive ranks right up there with 36, that infamous 36, when we all thought that game was going to overtime. It didn't. Brady was like hell bent on going for it and whatnot. And then the same thing with 38 because of John Casey, that kick out of bounds. That was the difference maker there because that game was on its way to overtime too. I know we didn't get the overtime like I said we were going to get on Friday night, but damn it to hell, man. What a game. And then, great. But anyways, like I said, methodical drive, vintage Patriot drive. It had the feel of those of the 36 and 38 wins. Brady to Edelman. The minute that happened, place went nuts. Oh yes. And then, Seattle, you know, let me tell you something. I mean, we've seen David. We saw the infamous David Tyree moment. We saw that 7 years ago, and then 3 years ago, it was Mario Manning. This year, what happens here? Russell Wilson throws up a prayer. We thought it was incomplete. We were all excited, and then when we realized that Curse caught it, the vibe in the house right there, Mikey. Let me tell you, was almost identical to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia last Sunday night when Daniel Bryan was eliminated from the Royal Rumble match. You remember that. You know what the atmosphere in the Yellow Dell was like the minute Daniel Bryan's feet hit the floor. The air was literally sucked out of the Wells Fargo Center in the Royal Rumble match. That's the exact same feeling. When we were all sitting there, when Curse made that catch, we were like, oh no, not again. Not again. Like, no, I can't believe it. And then there they are, literally right on the doorstep, Seattle. I was thinking beast mode. I mean, we saw beast mode. I mean, when I saw beast mode, I'm like, wow, I thought he got in, but no, he didn't get in. They actually managed to stop him barely. Okay. Wilson goes back to throw. Why? I don't know. Michael Flecha, that's going to be the most second-guessed play of all time.
I think everybody is going to be second-guessing that play because even...
the water cooler.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. First take's going to be all over this. Around the horn's going to be all over this. Pardon the interruption's going to be all over this. But to all our friends at ESPN, Kerry Champion and company, Tony Reale, Kornheiser, and Wilbon, we're going to save you a trip. We're gonna be the first to start the second guessing. You have, pound for pound, perhaps the best running back in the National Football League today in Marshawn Lynch. Yes, he can be a noggin and diva. We saw that on media day with the whole "I'm just here so I won't get fined," and then some of his other antics throughout the week. How in the hell can Pete Carroll and offensive coordinator Darrell Bevell is one of the best offensive coordinators in the history of the game. Ask Brett Favre. He'll tell you that firsthand. Because Brett Favre, Darrell Bevell worked some wonders with Brett Favre when he was in Green Bay. Or it might have been in Minnesota. I do mistake. It was when Brett Favre was in Minnesota. I do apologize for that. But let me say this. I respect and love Pete Carroll. My father does too. And like I told you on Friday night, and Darrell Bevell, great offensive line. He's a damn near offensive genius. You throw it? You literally throw the ball at the goal line? Dude, what were you thinking? Thank goodness I'm not a Seahawks fan, because if I was a Seahawks fan, I would have been doing my no routine right now. I would have absolutely lost my mind if I
or the Ren and Stimpy, you idiot.
Damn right.
It practically is a Ren and Stimpy, you idiot. I mean, there's no defending that play. I mean...
No, I'm going to do you one better, Michael Flecha. You had to Ren and Stimpy one, but I'm going to do you one better. That was not a Ren and Stimpy moment. You know what that was? That was literally a Morocco mole moment. Whoopsie. Yeah, that's all there is to it. That's what Pete Carroll and Darrell Bevell are saying until right now. Whoopsie. Yep, that's all there is to say about that. They had a Morocco mole moment.
I mean,
Marshawn Lynch, pound for pound, best running back in the game today. Beast mode. Key word, beast mode. Look at the adjective. Beast mode. And you throw. I mean, no disrespect to Russell Wilson. He's special. And he's going to be a star for many years to come. But why in the blue... No, let me do it like The Rock once famously said. Why in the bluest of blue hells do you not give the ball to your franchise running back and you throw the ball at the goal line?
Yep.
Oh, Marone, guys. Oh, my goodness. That's what the inner Seahawk fan in me was saying, even though I'm not a Seahawk fan. But let's lighten the mood here, because that's what I like to do here. I like to, relieve the tension. The minute that pick, when Butler made that pick, mayhem. That's all there is to say about it.
Oh yeah.
Absolute mayhem. I mean, the minute that pick went, the minute Butler picks it off, and no, I apologize once again. I had a hype man. I just forgot to. I just had a hype. I just blew a hype man opportunity. Michael Flecha, you're the hype man. Well, tonight I'm going to be the hype man here when it comes to this. My father, he was the one. He's like, well, the only way the Patriots can win this thing is if, they get a turnover. Like if like say for example, if they get an interception or something. It's almost like my father was freaking Nostradamus. It's like he called it. It was literally right before. It was right before. Right at that exact moment. He said, well, the only way New England can win, the only way we can win this is if somehow, some way New England gets a turnover, like an interception or something. Next play, interception. You want to talk about Malcolm Butler being the toast of the town? My dad was the toast of the room. Let me tell you that right now. And I even said it to him. I even did the Scott Hall thing. You know the Scott Hall thing when we did that little point thing that he always likes to do with the NWO. I did that right to him. I said, "You the man, Dad. You the man. You called it, brother. You called it." And yeah, that when Butler makes that pick, it exploded. That's what would have happened in Philadelphia if Daniel Bryan had. It was almost like, you know what? No, that moment right there in the room there, I wish you guys could have been with me, because if you had been, we all would have been still trying to recover, because they absolutely exploded. What happened in that room was it was almost like WrestleMania 30 all over again. It was almost like the minute Batista tapped out to Daniel Bryan, which cemented the WWE World Heavyweight Championship for Daniel Bryan. That was basically their Daniel Bryan moment right there. And the celebration ensued for a few minutes afterwards. Oh, what a moment. I mean, Michael Flecha, you've had some great moments. I mean, I remember a story you once told me. You had a big get-together on the night of WrestleMania 23. And the minute The Undertaker took the World Heavyweight Championship off of Dave Batista, that was a big moment for you, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Similar to what I witnessed tonight?
I think the only one moment that actually was even topped was when Rock beat Cena at WrestleMania 29. I think
28.
I got 28. I'm sorry, 28. I think what you're telling me is almost similar to WrestleMania 28 at my father's house. It exploded when Rock won the fight, and I'm pretty sure it exploded when that INT happened. No doubt about it.
Oh, dude. Explode. Now, I'm going to channel my inner 1997 Bret Hart, but in a good way. Explode is not even the word for it, man. Explode's not even the word for it. I don't know if I can come up with a word for it, but all I do know is that pick happened. Oh man, it was almost like Daniel Bryan. It was almost like Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30 all over again. That's what it felt like to me. But nonetheless, what? And you're absolutely right, Michael Flecha. I mean, he talked about it. I mean, you just mentioned it. Super Bowl 34. Hell, if you watched during the pregame show, during the super long pregame show today, they talked about that moment. They talked about Mike Jones stopping Kevin Dyson literally at the goal line to end 34. And a great piece they did about that, by the way. that's exactly what we saw here tonight. It was a carbon copy of that all over again. But wow, man. Oh my goodness, what a game. What a game, fellas. I mean, a year ago, we had to sit through an absolute dud of a Super Bowl. The first one in years. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Super Bowl is back. And it is back in a big way. And like Eric Bischoff's, the infamous Eric Bischoff theme song said, it's back and it's better than ever. That's all there is to say about it. Super Bowl is back. Now let's crunch the numbers, because now we're at the end of the game. Let's get the numbers up here. Let's crunch those numbers like we here at Strictly Sports know how to do. First downs. New England, 25 first downs. Seattle, 19. Total yards. New England, 377. Seattle, 396. New England committed 2 turnovers. Seattle committed 1 turnover. Time of possession. New England, 33 minutes, 46 seconds. Seattle, 26 minutes, 14 seconds. Rushing yards. The rushing yards, all Seattle. Seattle had 162 yards rushing. New England, 57. Passing yards, advantage New England. 320. Net yards, 320 to 234. Russell Wilson was sacked 3 times. Tom Brady only sacked 1 time. No fumbles in the game, hard to believe. But here are the individual numbers. Tom Brady, 37 out of 50, 328 yards, 4 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 101.1. Russell Wilson, 12 out of 21, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, quarterback rating of 110.6. LeGarrette Blount was the leading rusher, no big surprise for the Patriots, 40 yards, that's it, on 14 carries. Marshawn Lynch, 24 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown for beast mode. On the receiving side, Julian Edelman, the leading receiver, 9 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, 6 catches, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. So much for Michael Bullock's Super Bowl MVP pick. Shane Vereen, though, even though he only had 64 yards receiving, he had 11 catches tonight, guys. He ranks right up there as, all-time catches in a Super Bowl. Danny Amendola, receiving touchdown, 48 yards, 5 catches. And then Brandon LaFell, 4 catches, 29 yards, and the 4th touchdown. Leading receiver for Seattle, Chris Matthews, 4 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown. Doug Baldwin had the other touchdown, 3 yards. Gostkowski, 4 for 4 on the PATs, no field goals. Steven Hauschka, 3 for 3 on PATs, 1 for 1 on field goals from 27. And then on the sacks, 3 sacks for the Patriot defense. Rob Ninkovich, Darrelle Revis, believe it or not, had a sack. And Chandler Jones had the sacks for New England, the sacks of Russell Wilson, and the 1 sack by Seattle was Bruce Irvin. So, wow. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you witnessed something really special here tonight. That was a 5-star classic, chock full of the best, of literally the best Shakespearean drama you will ever see in your lifetime, ladies and gentlemen. No question about it. And with that, the New England Patriots, for the first time in 10 years, the New England Patriots, Super Bowl 49 champions. Yes, there was a little noggin diva moment at the end. It was almost like a Malice at the Palace all over again. Damn shame, really took away from the ending, but who the hell cares? The game, that was a 5-star classic of a game. And the New England Patriots, first Super Bowl title in 10 years. And with that said, Michael Bullock, feel free to join me, my friend. I know you've been waiting for this. Let's do it, baby. Feed me
more.
Come on.
Feed me more.
Come on, Flecha.
Feed me more.
Come on.
Feed me more. Feed me more. Feed me more. Done. Finished it.
And Michael Bullock, I do believe there's something else we need to do.
Yes, and I think I'll lead the way on it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hell freaking
Hell.
yes.
That's exactly what the situation was, ladies and gentlemen. So I know that's the moment you've all been waiting for right there. So we just made your night right there. So congratulations to the New England Patriots. Congratulations to Bill Belichick, Tom Brady and company. First Super Bowl in 10 years, fourth overall. Hell of a job. Five-star classic. Shakespearean drama at its absolute finest. And more importantly, congratulations to Michael Bullock, to Derek Ferrera, and all those in Patriots Nation, including the wonderful folks I hung out with tonight at my dad's house for this Super Bowl 49 shindig tonight. Needless to say, they're all going to be celebrating the night away tonight, my friends. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So congrats to New England. Hell of a Super Bowl. It had everything. Shakespearean drama at its absolute finest. We thought it was going to get out of hand, but no, it did not get out of hand. Thank God. And we got the five-star classic we wanted. Yes, we got it. I mean, any any memories of last year just went by the wayside. The bad taste that was left in our mouths from last year, gone. Get out of here. Get out. Congratulations, New England Patriots. Hell of a job. Enjoy it. And I don't know what else there is to say except let's throw it now to my partner in crime in the Yes Movement and a very happy New England Patriots super fan tonight. He's waited 10 long years for this. Michael Bullock, my friend, my buddy for the last 25 years. Have at it, my brother. Have at it.
Man, oh man, oh man. Like I said, I definitely talked about the second half, and yeah, I mean the ending was just unbelievable, especially after when Edelman got that touchdown with 2:02 to go. We were They got the lead, and we were all thinking, can they hold down this Seattle team? And then and then that play by Jermaine Kearse, we were thinking, oh my gosh, is this going to be like reliving like what happened in Super Bowl 42 in the same place that just happened, University of Phoenix Stadium? Yes, even though I'm a Patriots fan, I'm glad the interception happened at the end by Malcolm Butler, and I'll say it, Malcolm Butler with the biggest play of his life, and this guy is a rookie. I mean, I mean, if there was one person who would have intercepted it, I mean, who would you think it would have been at first? I mean, Florio. Did you?
Revis.
Yeah,
Darrell Revis.
yeah, Darrell Revis, I think, or Brandon Browner, one of those two.
I would have said McCourty, Devin McCourty. I
But
thought he would have been the one.
yeah, but Malcolm Butler, of all the people, was the one who got the pick. And I do agree. I mean, why did Russell Wilson throw it? Yeah, it was a complete Ren and Stimpy, you idiot. And I'll be quite honest with you. They should have handed it off to Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch. I mean, if there was one guy that can get you a touchdown in the end zone, in the goal line situation, it's Marshawn Lynch. But Pete Carroll and the staff decided to throw it, and it ended up costing them. And now, for the first time in 10 years, the New England Patriots are once again Super Bowl champions. Tom Brady is your MVP of the Super Bowl for the third time in his career, and Fletcher and I were getting into this, and I thought maybe Julian Edelman should have been the MVP with the game that he had, and Fletcher said Malcolm Butler should have been the MVP with the interception that he had. But you know what? It is what it is. But yeah, so congratulations, of course, to all the Patriots Nation, Derek Ferrera, and of course, everyone in my family, of course, who are Patriots fans. And yet the Lombardi Trophy is coming back to Foxborough, and all I can say is this Super Bowl was 100 times better than last year's Super Bowl, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, after that 43-8 drubbing that the Seahawks put on the Broncos, but we got the 5-star classic we wanted, and I'll say it right now, and I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me on this. I think this Super Bowl, if we were to do a power rankings of the top 10 Super Bowls of all time, this has to go into the top 3. No doubt about it. Where would I put it? I'm not quite sure, but definitely in the top 3. No doubt about it. I mean, with a 5-star classic, with all the Shakespearean drama that we had in this game, and yes, I'm going to put it out there right now. I know probably not tomorrow because of this weather, but probably some point on Tuesday, I'm going to be getting out there, getting my Super Bowl championship gear for everybody in my family, and I'm going to be wearing it with pride, with Patriots pride. Patriots strong, New England strong, New England Patriots, Super Bowl 49 champions. All I can, and of course, congratulations to everyone in the Patriots, Bob Kraft, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and all members of Patriots Nation. Celebrate it, and you deserve it. Flecha, let's move on.
Let me just give you a moment of clarity, guys. The New England Patriots are now the 3rd team in NFL history to have 4 World Championships under their belts. The other 2 teams are the Green Bay Packers and the New York Football Giants. They are now tied for 3rd of Super Bowl most championships. They are trailing the Dallas Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers, who have 5, and the Pittsburgh Steelers stand alone with 6 Vince Lombardi trophies. But not only that, but let me actually give you a little heads up, folks, because of the fact New England has won the Super Bowl. Listen to this, and Michael Bullock, you might want to hear this. Dick's Sporting Goods right now in Seekonk, Massachusetts is actually open at this hour. They are open until 2 a.m. You can right now be the first out to get your hands on the Super Bowl championship shirt and hat. They are selling it at this hour, so all you people in New England, go on to Route 6 in Seekonk right now to Dick's Sporting Goods. They are open till 2 a.m. You can actually snack up and start grabbing Super Bowl championship New England Patriot gear right now. So with that said, all right, gentlemen, it's been a great night. I want to thank Anthony Florio and Michael Bullock for doing this. And programming reminder, tomorrow night is the Wrestling Forum at 11 p.m. Eastern, as Derek Ferreira, myself, Bullock, and Florio, as we will recap Monday Night Raw as we are continuing on the road to WrestleMania. So we want to thank you guys for watching this. We hope you have a wonderful evening, and once again, congratulations to the New England Patriots, the Super Bowl 49 champions. For all of us here, you know the routine. Hug the hand pounds, thumbs up, talk to you later, yeah, throw it up Fortune Forest style. Bye for now, and have a good night, everybody. From East Providence, Rhode Island, as the epicenter of Patriot Nation is celebrating tonight, they are the world champions of professional football. Good night, everybody.